In this eye-opening exploration, we delve deep into the realm of the most dangerous kids in the world. Who are they, and what drives these young souls to the brink of darkness? What astonishing abilities or circumstances have turned these children into enigmas of peril? Join us as we unveil the incredible stories of these extraordinary youngsters who defy all expectations. From astonishing feats to chilling crimes, brace yourself for a journey that challenges your perceptions of childhood and leaves you pondering. Are they born dangerous, or are they made by their circumstances? Claiming the 10th spot on our list are Morgan Geezer and Anissa Weier. Creepypastas, those spine-chilling online horror tales, typically stay in the realm of fiction. But in a shocking 2014 turn of events, these two 12-year-old girls transformed a chilling story into a nightmarish reality. For a year, they meticulously plotted a gruesome sacrifice to appease the notorious Slenderman. One Saturday, they lured a middle school classmate, Peyton Lutona, into the Wisconsin woods and attempted to take her life with a knife. Miraculously, Peyton survived, crawled to a nearby house for help, and made a full recovery. Even Slenderman's creator expressed condolences and offered financial support. Initially sentenced to prison, Morgan and Anissa's punishment was later changed to 25 years in a mental health facility, a decision met with mixed reactions. What are your thoughts on this eerie transformation of fiction into reality? Morgan and Anissa's actions have undoubtedly earned them a place among the most dangerous children in history. Up next, we introduce you to Girl A. On June 1st, 2004, a girl, legally identified as Girl A due to her age, committed a horrifying act, taking the life of a fellow classmate, Satomi Mitare, who was also just 11 years old at the time. This tragic incident unfolded at an elementary school in Sasebo, Japan. This girl remains somewhat of an enigma since she was merely 12 years old at the time, and Japanese law prohibits disclosing her identity or photograph. However, I am not bound by Japanese regulations, so I can tell you that her name is Natsumi. Shortly after the incident, a teacher discovered the shocking truth, and Natsumi was taken into custody at a police station. Throughout the night, she repeatedly expressed remorse to the police, shedding tears. But what could have driven this seemingly innocent girl to commit such a grave act? Reportedly, Satomi had insulted Natsumi by calling her a goody-goody, making a reference to her weight. Surprisingly, Natsumi's punishment amounted to just 2 years in a mental health facility. This case became a subject of discussion in Japan, sparking debates about whether the age of criminal responsibility should be lowered. I'm no expert on this matter, but I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. It's a complex issue, with some arguing that her young age rendered her incapable of understanding the gravity of her actions, while others hold a different view. Next up are the Beaver brothers, whose horrifying actions unfolded in July 2015 in Oklahoma. Robert, 18, and Michael, 16, took the lives of their entire family, including their parents and 2 of their 4 siblings, using a knife. What's even more chilling is their sinister motive. They were plotting a mass killing to gain notoriety. Surprisingly, this twisted motivation is shared by many criminals, leading some news outlets like Philip DeFranco to refrain from showing their faces. The media dubbed the brothers as the most evil brothers in America, and they were subsequently incarcerated. As for the question of why they spared 2 of their siblings, they first took the lives of their parents, David and April Beaver, and their 12-year-old brother, Daniel. Tragically, their 7-year-old brother, Christopher, and 5-year-old sister, Victoria, suffered the same fate. They also attempted to harm their 13-year-old sister, but were unsuccessful. Disturbingly, they threatened to do the same to their 2-year-old sister, but left her unharmed, and she was placed in foster care. This is undoubtedly a shocking tale of 2 exceptionally dangerous brothers. Up next, we introduce you to Jasmine Richards. one of the most notorious young individuals in the world. Hailing from Alberta, USA, Jasmine was involved with a boyfriend named Jeremy Stank, and together they had rather unconventional interests that ventured into disturbing topics. On several occasions, they discussed the unthinkable, taking the lives of Jasmine's own family. Their twisted conversations arose from Jasmine's parents' disapproval of her relationship with Jeremy, given their significant age difference. She was just 12 and he was 23. Jasmine insisted that these discussions were mere jokes and not meant seriously. However, in a shocking turn of events in 2006, Jeremy entered Jasmine's family home and tragically ended the lives of her parents. Jasmine claimed to be in a state of shock, almost like a zombie, rendering her unable to intervene or seek help. The details are perplexing, but she ended up replicating Jeremy's actions on her own brother. Despite her age, Jasmine received a 10-year sentence in a mental health facility and has since been released. Jeremy, on the other hand, was incarcerated for 25 years with the possibility of parole and is expected to be released in 2034. Now, on to Shirley Wolf and Cindy Collier. In a chilling event, 14-year-old Shirley and her 15-year-old partner Cindy requested entry into 85-year-old Anna Brackett's home, claiming they were being pursued. Anna let them in, but to her shock, they used a knife to harm her. Later, Anna's son discovered her lifeless body. The girls had previously attempted a similar intrusion elsewhere. They were apprehended by law enforcement and placed in a mental health facility. What's unsettling is their motive, or rather, the absence of one. They confessed to doing it just for fun, a stark deviation from typical teen activities. Now, let's turn our attention to Nehemiah Griego. This unsettling incident occurred in New Mexico back in 2013. At the age of 15, Nehemiah Griego made the horrifying decision to use a .22 caliber rifle to take his mother's life one fateful night. When his younger brother awoke and witnessed the tragedy, Nehemiah proceeded to commit the same act upon him, a 9-year-old. Nehemiah then ventured into the room of his sisters, aged 5 and 2, and tragically subjected them to the same fate. He patiently waited for their father to return home, and upon his arrival, the same grim pattern unfolded. Remarkably, Nehemiah's father was the brother of a prominent New Mexico politician named Eric Griego. Nehemiah had contemplated taking even more lives, but law enforcement intervened before he could carry out further acts of violence. His behavior in court was so unruly that he had to wear a mouthguard to prevent him from spitting at people. Ultimately, he was sentenced to prison and is set to be released when he turns 21, which is just over 2 years away. Opinions on the sentence vary, with some considering it too lenient for the gravity of his actions, while a judge believed he could be rehabilitated. What are your thoughts on the tragic events that unfolded within the Griego family in 2013? Now, let's talk about James Fairweather. People have their idols, whether they admire noble figures like singers, athletes, or even someone like Logan Paul. Everyone has someone they look up to. However, some individuals choose rather unconventional idols like killers. British schoolboy James Fairweather, at the age of 14, was one such person. In 2015, he committed a fatal act with a knife, ending a man's life, and the following year, he used a bayonet to do the same to a woman. He had plans to target another person, but he was apprehended and subsequently sentenced to a minimum of 27 years in prison. Fairweather's disturbing motivation was rooted in his obsession with notorious killers like the Yorkshire Ripper and Ted Bundy. Shockingly, he had a picture of Ted Bundy on his cell phone when he faced sentencing, demonstrating a complete lack of remorse with his response, "I don't care." The investigation to capture him involved 1,500 officers and 10,000 hours of work, likely surprising many when they discovered the perpetrator was a teenager. Finally, let's discuss Stuart Harding. dubbed the most dangerous teenager in Britain by the media in 2007. At age 19, he received a minimum 20-year prison sentence for taking an innocent nurse's life with a knife. His motive? He shockingly claimed he did it out of boredom. What makes his crime bizarre is that he wore a witch costume throughout, complete with a wig and oversized glasses, only stopping when his wig fell off. His nickname resulted from a psychologist's assessment, advocating that he should never be released, hence the 20-year sentence. Whether he's the most dangerous on this list or if others surpass him remains a topic for discussion, leaving the question of why he wore that costume lingering. Who do you think is the most dangerous kid? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, click the next one shown on the screen. I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching.